Buenos días o buenas tardes. Hoy es martes el 15 de septiembre. La meta de hoy es los estudiantes podrán create sentences describing different groups of people, including I, you, he and she, we, you all, and they. This is our last topic of the chapter, and this is going to be the basis for describing things in Spanish going forward. Just like in English, is the most common verb in English. It's the same in Spanish. So when we're describing anything, we'll be using this in different forms. So a couple ways that we're going to do that. First of all, we're going to do a little bit of review here and practice. Our trabajo de timbre today will be a little reading, and you'll answer questions on that reading. If you need extra practice, Estudio Libre is a really good option for us. And then what I want you to do is access the guided notes. Okay, the guided notes look like this. If we were to make a copy, it would look like this once it loads. Okay, we will turn this in because on the bottom we will put some example sentences using the forms that we'll learn today. So what we see here are all of the different pronouns and things that we will put. And so what I want you to do here in this first part, you're going to watch this video that says subject pronouns in Spanish. And in the blank, you're going to put in how we say that. There's a couple of these that we already know. For example, I, we know it's blank soy, right? That's go. And then we should remember he and she. If we don't, the video will be a reminder for us. There's also a link to it here. It's the same video on the top there. So you'll watch that, make sure you fill those in. That will help us as we get into the next section, which is talking about the verb that is called ser. Okay, that means to be, as in am, is, and are. Okay, so when we're describing something. So a couple of options with this once we open it. Okay, pronombres y ser, pronombres, pronouns. Okay. Now here are your options. You can either go through the slides yourself, right? You go through them, make sure you're filling those in as you go, or you can watch the video that has a little bit of extra explanation and pronunciation as well, which is something that is going to be important. As you go, either way, you want to be filling in the rest of this, okay? Being able to understand how we can put these together and so on and so forth. Okay, so this will be good practice for us. Now, once you're done with the slides, what I want you to do is give me some example sentences. So for example, we know this makes sense. Yo soy guapo. Okay, you'll put that in here. And then I want you to put also a translation there. So I know that you know what you're trying to say with that. Okay, so you'll put that right next to it. So if I'm saying yo soy guapo, I'll also add there, maybe in parentheses, I am handsome, right? Or pretty or good looking, right? So there's that. All right. So that's our practice, is those 10 sentences, one for each of the pronouns that we're going to learn today. We are going to practice this the next couple of days. And so if that is something, once you're done with it, if you're like, oh, that is a lot, it is a lot. And so I want to make sure that you recognize we're going to have some practice with it. So you don't have to worry too much. Just make mental notes of what is confusing so that we can answer any questions going forward. We'll finish today with culture. Starting this week with culture, we're going to have this exit ticket sheet. And so what that looks like is this. And what you'll do, you'll put in the question here, and you'll put your response here. So the video is a day in the life of a student named Nancy in Honduras. And the question is, what is different or the same about your routine versus Nancy's routine in Honduras? So I want you to kind of pick out the different things that are the same or maybe different, you'll put that right here in this space, okay? And make sure you keep that in a safe place where you know you'll find it again on your Google Drive. And we'll turn that in at the end of the week once we have all of our videos done for the week. That's our day today. Okay, 2 participation assignments will be the 10 example sentences and that exit ticket sheet. So those are the 2 from today that will be part of our weekly participation at the end of the week. One other note about that, if you look on PowerSchool and it says you didn't turn something in that you know you turned in, chances are it just didn't get through email, so you can go back and send that to me. And B, if you didn't do it, make sure you go back and do it. You can find it here. If you click here, all of the 4 assignments from last week will be there, okay, under the correct week on the very top, right here. So if you need to turn anything in, please do it so you can at least get some partial credit for that so you don't get a 0. All right, que tengan